Welcome to the Celtic Craft Studio. I'm Terry, and today we are going to put the finishing touches on our journal that we've been working on. So, let's get started. I'm going to basically go through the only thing left, although I might find other things that need doing. But basically it's going to be putting ephemera in. And I guess I should start by telling you how I picked my ephemera. Once again, as I go through the process of making the journal, I kind of get an idea of the theme of the journal. So as you can see from the front, we have a lady in the garden. So I decided that I would use these, oh, and I forgot his name. That's a no-no. I'll have to put it down in the... He was a very famous painter, and his first name is Daniel. And it may come to me while I'm doing it, but I will put his name down in the description so you know what painter these are. These are copyright free. They came off the internet. And he was a Dutch painter, I believe, and he loved painting these Dutch women in gardens. So to me, this is perfect because I think this has a botanical kind of garden theme. So I'm going with these ladies in the journal, and you'll notice I have two piles because call me crazy, which it's okay. I've given you permission if you want to do that. I like them facing the right direction, in my opinion. So on the right-hand side of the journal, which is this side, I've got ladies facing that way. And on the left-hand side of the journal, I have ladies facing this way. Now, you don't need to go that far, but just for me, it's one of those other attentions to detail. So I have them separated, and I have them on either side. And then I also have, being a garden theme, I have some seed packets that I'm going to use. I love collecting these seed packets. Once again, they're copyright free. A lot of my stuff, for a long time, I did the graphic fairy. And she has some great things. If you're just starting out with your collection and you don't have a lot of things to use as ephemera or things to use, you know, in creating journal pages, then you might go and get a subscription, a monthly subscription of the graphic fairy, and just start collecting them. I have so many things I've collected now that I no longer feel a need to do that. Now, one day I might go back and do it again, but as you're starting to build that collection, that might be a good option. So there we go with the garden seeds, and then I usually pick something neutral. I either pick maybe ads. A lot of times I'll use newspaper ads. If it's, sometimes I have London themes, England themes, and I go with English ads. I'm going to use postcards this time. I like using postcards as kind of my general go-to. And these, you know, aren't just any postcard. I went through and I put stamps on them. Stamps you can either get from the Tim Holtz stamp book, or, you know, maybe you collect stamps or have a pack of old stamps that you'd like to use. So I actually put to me, it's the added detail that once again makes it. So stamps, and then I put the postal marks on them so they look like they've been read. They've been sent through the mail and somebody has read them. All right, so I have those over here. And let's get started. You'll be happy to know that I did change my sponge. So there will be no more crumbing as I ink these, which I will be doing. So you are forewarned. Okay, so we're going to start and just kind of work our way through and see if there's anything we want to change, anything we want to do. I think I'm simply going to put, and for me it's color. It's kind of about color and what my eye thinks looks good. And, you know, that could be different for everybody. Let's see, I like that there. Here's a lighter one. Let's see. No, I think I like the darker red. Here's one. Excuse my reach. I'm going to be reaching here. Here's a red. Might be too much red. Yep. All right, so I'm going to use this one. I like this one. Let's go ahead. Now, because I changed my pad on here, probably going to need a little more attention to the ink because there's nothing in it. So let's give it a good rub around. Make sure we've got some on there. You don't need a lot. Once again, we're just touching those white edges because I don't want it to look like it's brand spanking new. All right, so we're going to put that there, and you know, kind of seems appropriate that there's a green stamp on top because that goes with it. All right, so let's put him in there with the stamp showing, in my opinion. And I kind of stagger them. And once again, you might want to put, you know, different things. You might have a whole different idea as you make your journal. But I find that as I start making a journal, a theme kind of naturally arises. All right, so on this one, we're going to have one of the ladies. And do I want this lady or would I prefer? There's a kind of a lady I have in mind. Let's see if we can find her real quick. Oh yeah, there she is. There she is. She's one of my favorites. I like using her. I like using her for a cover every now and then. I love the colors. I love the composition. Let me ink it so she goes, especially she's sitting right next to a tea-dyed paper. But she's in those reds and blues that we have in our journal, so I think she's perfect there. And then we're going to turn, oh, and I forgot, we have actually two pockets. We have a pocket on this side and this side. So I do have some tags, which I think we'll be using the tags. For this side, though, we might use something else, although I am not sure what. Just look over here, you know, check out your scraps, see what you have. There might be something that you want to use. I don't want to get my piles too mixed up. I'm thinking something red. Let's see if we can find something red in my little scraps here. Oh yes, I do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can you tell I'm excited? I kind of like that there. But let's ink it. Let's ink it. And I definitely try not, even though I've shown you that I have kind of a pattern going on, I definitely try not to repeat my graphics. Oh, see? See? I love that. I love that. All right, so let's turn the page over and put our tag in here. And let's see. You know, red is obviously, oh, well, here. See, that's like the one on the other side. So let's put that one. I like that one. Ink it. Now, it's up to you whether you want to, and I might go back, but right now I'm kind of leaning toward not putting anything up here. But I might go back. You know, you can always change your mind, and you'll see this will not be the final flip through. There will actually be a final flip through. So you know, come back and see if I did anything with those. I might. We'll think about it. There is definitely room up there to fill. Okay, so we need another postcard because I always put 2 things in a pocket. And the question is, do I want it on top or do I want it behind? Decisions, decisions. I think I want it behind. All right, so we're going to leave it like that. Once again, I'm sure I'll be flipping through one more time and then we'll be thinking about it. All right, now we've got our Edith page, and I think we're going to put a seed packet, but the question is which seed packet? I picked out a lot of reds because there's a lot of red in here, but you know, this isn't really a red looking page. This is more a, there are purples, there are golds, there are yellows. I don't know, is that too bright? Could be too bright. Ooh, I like this one, maybe this one. This one is a little more subdued. Yeah, I think that's the one. I think that's the one that should go there. It's speaking to me. It's whatever you think looks great. Whatever makes you go, oh yeah. Then the question is top or bottom. You know, I think most of my postcards are going to the bottom, but then you won't really be able to see the stamp. And I want you to see the stamp. So I'm moving that back up to the top, and I'm inking my postcard. All right, because I want my postcard, and the postcard I think I'll put on top this time and put that behind there. Yeah, I like that. And the staggering thing, once again, gives it, in my opinion, motion. So your eye is just looking all over the place and enjoying the view. Sound good? All right. I'm going to come back to the bird page because I had a request. So just so you know, Carol, I'm coming back to the bird pages. We're going to be talking about the bird music at the end of the video. So stay tuned. It gives you an excuse to stay tuned. All right, so I need my ladies again, I believe. Oh, and I think I see the perfect one right there on top. Once again, to me, it's about the colors. See the pinks and the blues and the pinks and the blues? I love that. All right, we're putting her there. Okay, so she's going to go here. Yeah, like that. I like that. I like that. And then we have our belly band. And normally I put big pictures like the ladies, but I wanted to do something different so that, you know, it wasn't all the Dutch ladies. So I printed out these large seed packets that had girls and ladies and all. Oh, maybe the one on the top, because see, I like the way that goes with the gold. Yeah, I think so. Is there another? Oh, she's nice too, but we can use her elsewhere. We can use her elsewhere. All right, I'm going to get a little more ink on here because it's a new pad. It's not holding ink as well as if we had several layers on it. So let me ink a little more. Get a little more on there. See, and I'm just touching the edge, see? Just touching the edge. Because we don't want the white edge. And once again, I print lines on the back. Can you see my lines? That way, you can not only take it out and journal on the pages, but you've got the card. Now, see, I kind of knew that was going to happen. It kind of sits in the wrong place, but maybe that's okay. Maybe we hide her face and her face is a surprise. And here's my other thought. A lot of times I'll leave the belly band just like it is. But the majority of the time I usually put something on it. Now, I'm not sure. I don't see any butterflies that are small, because I definitely wouldn't want a big butterfly on that. And do I want a butterfly that's headed that direction? No, I think I want a whole butterfly, and I think I want it right there. All right, so you may see a butterfly in the flip through because, I don't know, I'm just feeling it needs something right there, something special that says, oh yeah. All right. So come back, stay tuned. And now we are to the center signature. And I'm going to put some tags on either side. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do seed packets and a postcard in here. So let's find a postcard that fits in my envelope first of all. I think that'll fit fine, and it will. Very good. You know, you want to have something special, something hidden, and you can do, you know, whatever you want to put. Maybe you want to put something a little special in the envelope for your purchaser. Oh, and you know what? It got stuck. Sometimes that happens. So here's what we do. We get our scissors. I have a palette knife too, which I'd rather be using. And I just take it and work around in there. Not too hard. We don't want to be cutting the envelope. But see, I've already loosened it. Whatever it was is now free. So let's go ahead and put that on here. Yeah, and you got the string. Just make sure you go behind there. There you go. Okay. And I just thought of something else. That could use a stamp. I think we might put a stamp, and we might stamp that. I think that's a possibility. Let's see what tags we have. We're kind of, oh, we got two of the same. Blues, there's some blue. I only have one red. Here's some pink and, okay, so those are alike. We may have to make some more tags. Now that I look at that, we might want to make some more tags. And here's some tags over here. Maybe I'll use these. Let's see what we got over here. I may have to swipe some tags from my bag. Pink. Oh, we've got it stuck. Once again, you gotta check those things. Oh. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's use him. And I gotta replace. I've got to replace those now. Yeah, let's take these out. And we'll go back and make some for these. Alright. I don't know, is that too pink? I definitely think I want a red. Pink. Purple. I think this is pink too. Yeah, pink and purple. All right, so let's leave these over here so I can fix that little issue. And I don't think we want pink right there, but I like that red one. Is he? Yes, he's already inked. So let's put that one there, I think. And then we need something that goes, we'll do some seed packets. Yeah, it might be a little too much. Sometimes finding just the right thing, and I'll try not to take too long because I don't want to bore you while I'm looking through my choices. Oh, there's something with some blue and some pink, and that has green, and I think, so that I'm not distracting too much, maybe I'll put that behind. Maybe. Oh, that's nice. There's another possibility. Let's try this one instead. Definitely needs some ink on it. And then maybe this over here. So let's ink. Ink. Okay. Ink this one. All right. So I am not going to take you clear through the journal to do this because, you know, I don't want to put you to sleep. That is not my intention. So here we are at the middle of the signature, and then what we're going to do is work our way back. Okay. And put our little do I want the Burpee or do I think I want her. All right, let's put her in there. Let me just do these first two, and then I'll do this off camera. And like I say, I will do a flip through in the next few days. And you can see, once again, I think, you know, maybe a little butterfly or something. Definitely needs something, in my opinion. All right, and then let's go to the other side and get something going the other way. Let's see if we've got a... She's in the wrong pile because she's going the other way. Oh, that's a nice one. Ooh, I think I like her more. Here. To quote Rachel, I think I like this one more. All right, yep, I like her. And see, we got a little glued down again. Oh, it came loose. It came loose. Be careful though. Do it carefully. You don't want it ripping your pages. All right, I like her there. So once again, I'm going to go back through, remove these were put there to help it dry. Remove all the clips, put all the stuff in, and then go back. I'll either put tabs on the top, on the belly bands. I'll probably put, I think that's good. Probably put butterflies. Yeah, I'll put maybe something over here. And then on the belly band, put butterflies. Okay? And then I will do the flip through and you will see the final journal before it gets put into the shop. Okay? So, let me put that aside. I promise to talk about the bird music. There were some, well, in fact, let's get this again so you can see the bird music while I get the... As I told you, I put extra things in, and one of the extra things sometimes is music. And I designed some music where I put the music onto, I printed the music out first, and then I took clear paper. It just went right out of my head. Okay, what's it called? Okay, I can't think of it. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It's early in the morning, guys. All right, vellum. Vellum, vellum, vellum. I put vellum through my printer and I print out a bird print. Okay, so that's how I made this music. But you know what? And then I had a request. Carol said, oh, I'd love to see that bird music in your shop. So, I mean, it's been a long time since I created these. And since then, I actually have a new program that I use, that I started using for my digitals. So, I came up with a beautiful, I think, bird set. And it's going to be called Bird Song. And I'm not going to show everything right now because I'm going to show you once it's in my shop, then I will take you through the different pages. But part of the set will be some bird music. So I have the pages. These are the pages, and we'll go through them, like I say, later on. Once I get them posted in the shop, I'll show you all the different pages. There are 8 pages. And then there are, I think, about 8 pages of the ephemera with birds on them. And once again, we're calling it Bird Song because along with it, we have bird music. I've created new pages of bird music. So here's a song, and I tried to pick appropriate songs. We have spring, summer, in the meadow, the Little Bird Waltz. That's one of my favorite songs to use with the birds on them. Little Bird Waltz. Here's March. I thought these were all appropriate songs for birds. The Woodland Wobbler. That's an actual song. Don't think I've ever heard that song. These two, there are no titles, but so how many bird pages do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 bird pages. Musical bird pages. Okay. And I'm going to offer you a special deal. Okay. Through the month of March, and there's what we're half through it, till the end of March, if you send me your email address, I will go ahead and send you free. I will send you these bird music pieces. Okay? I'd be happy to do that, especially for my faithful followers like Carol. So send me your email address and I will send you the set of bird music. Now, after the end of March, it'll actually be part of the Bird Song digitals. So they'll be available in my shop if you're seeing this after the end of March. But for those of you that are watching now, send me your email address. I'll send you a set of the bird music. That's a thank you for all the wonderful viewers that I have so far. I have some faithful followers, and I would just love to do that for you. Share these with you so you can use them in your journals. All right. So, like I said, the next thing I film will be the flip through of the journal. So, and it'll go in my shop. So we'll need to come up with another project. I think the next journal we will do, because we're kind of going through a series of journals, is a document journal, which is tall and skinny, and there are several different types. Document journals are longer than travel journals, and we may go over a travel journal too, because I started out with travel journals and I did a lot of travel journals, which are fun. If you're going on a vacation, a travel journal is the perfect thing. You could use the document journal or any other journal, but it's fun to take travel journals on a vacation and kind of keep track of all the things you collect, the things you do. So I think next week we will start the document journals, just so you have a heads up and you can start collecting your favorite document journal items, excuse me. Mouth's not working this morning, just like my brain. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Once again, send me your email address. I'd love to send you these. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tolerating the fuzzy brain syndrome that I have every morning. Thank you for being here. Remember, like, subscribe, click the bell for notification, and tell your friends. Let's have a party. Bring your friends along. Okay? Until the next time, stay crafty.